Well, of course, I was just waking up and I heard on the news the announcement that was coming from the wires about his passing, and so there is this kind of you're kind of taken back from it. Is it really, has it occurred? Because you're kind of sometimes wondering where the news is coming from and whether or not you can kind of trust it. And we knew that he was ill and he had recovered from his bout of pneumonia in the hospital, and then came back to the Casa Santa Marta where he was living. But over the weeks, as he was being re-engaged, the last few days anyway, through Holy Week, and appearing at different events, the different liturgies during that week, you could see that he was struggling at some different times, but there was hopeful kind of word that he's getting better and stronger over time as well. So to hear that he had passed, it seemed kind of very shocking, because he was just seen the other day out in front of everybody, greeting everyone at Easter. So that was taken a little bit aback about that, but certainly knowing and recognizing how seriously ill he was initially, it's not since it was not so much a surprise, but it's always the word a shock. You're kind of saying you're not expecting it. Well, the passing, the death of a father in any family is a pretty significant moment for any family, because the father provides a center, someone who kind of provides guidance and direction and protection, and so many other qualities that is expected in the traditional way of a father for the good of a family. And when he passes, there's this kind of great uncertainty that occurs. Everything gets maybe disrupted in terms of our sometimes our foundations, where our certainty about where we're going into the future. And so it can be very unsettling, very kind of a cause of anxiety and worry. And I think for a lot of people, they might carry with them kind of wondering about what that means in terms of the future, who the next pope might be, what that might mean in terms of their own particular experience in the church and a parish. And for a lot of reasons, people kind of carry that with them. So I think it creates a bit of a disruption to the routine of life, to the certainty that we have in terms of familiarity of those around us. And it causes us to have to turn to the Lord maybe in a deeper way in faith, to kind of trust that He has got things well in hand, and our Lord's going to carry things through to where He wants them to be for His people, for all of us. And I think His emphasis on mercy, on charity, attentiveness to those who are on the peripheries and those who are distant from sometimes the more kind of the heart and life of activity of the church, but just in general in society and culture, those who are maybe feel themselves or see themselves as being kind of distant from everyone else. That He really wanted to draw people closer together in a fraternal kind of way, a charitable way, one to another, that we're all children of God, and that we should be able to accompany and live with one another in a way that encourages and fosters life and faith.